Ah, welcome to office hour. I just did a whole office hour for like, I don't know, just under 20 minutes. And my mic was not on, so you can hear me. Anywho, talking about self-love, maybe this is the best way to start it. Having your mic off, talking for a whole bunch. It was actually very exciting to share about my thoughts on self-care, self-love beyond self-care. And here are the highlights of this conversation with myself, which is we often think of self-love being self-care, getting our nails done, going out for a meal or a drink with a friend, getting our hair done, getting rest, getting a massage, getting all these beautiful things to make ourselves being cared for. But does it equal self-love? Some version of it, I'm sure. But to me, there is a very significant piece missing. Caring for oneself and loving oneself. And not in a, oh my God, you're the greatest, you're the bestest, you're the only thing that matters in this world. Not that kind of love. I'm talking about the unconditional love for ourselves. Even when we made a mistake like the one I just made, to not be upset and believe that I'm not worthy of anything, I can't do anything. But actually realizing we're just humans making mistakes, and that's always the thing with these mics. If only somebody was live, they could have told me, hey, your mic is off, not on. We can't hear you. But nobody was there to tell me. So either way, the real stretch in the relationship between self-care, moving into self-love, is to practice acceptance, to practice forgiveness. And that goes beyond caring for oneself. It goes into the realm of truly accepting who we are from the inside out, the flaws that we have, the characters that we rather not share. And so there is so much to say about this that I'm just going to leave it at that. We need to practice how to love ourselves beyond just caring for ourselves. It starts by recognizing that when things don't go as planned, that they're still worthy of opportunities. It's still worthy of something turning into something great. And I was talking about the weather, for example. Just because weathers are changing, the seasons are changing, it doesn't mean that the other seasons are not worthy. And so that same thing is just a reflection to ourselves. We can ask ourselves, what are my struggles to love my whole self without excuses? Because if one pie, 100% love, right? That always is. Self-love, 100%. Doesn't mean that it's all great things. It means that hopefully more than 50%, closer to 80% is positive things. And the stretch is really, can I love those other 20 to 50% just as much as I love the other parts, even if I'm not fond of them? Because one thing is clear, that those positive things can influence those few negative things. And usually we operate the other way. We usually go by the negative things influencing all the other parts, meaning we make maybe the 5%, the 10%, maybe 30% that don't go well and make it 100%. Instead of looking at the other 70% and feed that into the smaller percentage and make that great. And that's how optimism works. Optimism is the acknowledgement that not everything is going to be great. And it is possible that there are opportunities with the things that didn't go well. For example, my session this morning was planned to be 6:30 a.m. my time, but turns out it was 7:30. I could have been upset, but to be honest, I wasn't at all, because I did not have the link. it gave me the opportunity to get the link in time and figuring out that I was actually an hour early, which obviously I would have liked a little bit more sleep, and yet I'm already up, so I can do the things ahead of time and prepare it. So at the end, every scenario, every situation, every character that you have that you might not be fond of is also meeting the opposite somewhere. And so can we open our minds? Can we open our hearts to ourselves and the world that we have more to love than we believe to, including the things that we are not so fond of? So I'm going to leave it at this. Self-love beyond self-care. Think about it. What and how can you move from self-care into self-love? Let me know in the comments.